you break up with somebody, that person don't mean they broke up with you.
Yo, look. Damn. What you think? What you think, Adrian?
Yeah, be careful on going to the cribs, y'all. Especially, and this may sound, but it depends on where they live at too. I feel like so as a man, you always got to observe your surroundings. But I remember like it was probably like right after my separation, I went to like this ratchet joint crib, and I was like this the whole time. I'm in the bed, I'm hearing noises and stuff. I'm like, yo, I'm out. She's like, I thought you were
Yeah.
staying. I'm like, nah, I'm out. I'm out, yo. After that, never again. Almost so like if she got an apartment, I might can't even come over, yo. You gotta have like a house. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Always stay strapped too, yo. Cause you never know, dude is crazy. Like I was that young, dumb person, like, yeah, I don't gotta be with you, but since you messed with me, nobody else could talk to you. I was that person at one point too. So they out there. They damn sure
They out there, you out
they
there.
out there.
It's you.
Say you out there.
You. Oh man. Damn, that's crazy. Q, what you think?
Yeah, I think that as far as going and making sure that you're the only guy, I think that's kind of impossible. Like, because people could tell you whatever. But I think that we kind of got away from men having women be at their crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's another issue within itself is the fact that guys are so comfortable with going to a female's place to start with. Like almost like that lost chivalry.
So it's not shit, huh? Well,
Because if you think about it, then that a lot of that leads to then you're laying up on that woman. You know what I'm saying? That's her place. Whatever happened to her being at your place?
Yeah.
I started
So that right there takes care of that. But the comfort level that it seems like men have nowadays to just be laid up on a chick or going to her crib. So
If a man falls asleep peacefully in another woman's house for the first time, he's probably homeless.
come on, Slim.
How do we get here, bro?
Go ahead, Eddie, jump in.
Yeah, I think the furthest thing you should do as a guy, man, particularly if it's new, don't stay at no chick crib. Like if you're gonna hang out, dip. Don't stay that night. None of that, son. Like even if you're intimate, do your thing and keep it moving. But there's like what Adrian said, right? Like your environment. I learned that early as a kid growing up in New York. Like don't go to no strange ass hood. You don't know what niggas is out there. You don't know how they move. All of that. You don't know if she's the block bust down. Yeah, you just don't know, right? And you don't want to get caught up in a situation where niggas just roll up in the crib and it's like you out there assed out and you just came over for some cheese. Like, nah, don't do it to yourself.
You asked out, pun intended.
Pun intended, yeah.
Word. Isha, what you think? Should men not go to women's houses?
Most definitely. Not until you know for sure. Women are childish too, and they have attention-seeking behavior. So women.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
But women will do stuff like this lady at my job was saying how she went out and she's posting all on Instagram and Snapchat, so her man can see that she went out and she's doing whatever to get his attention. So you doing stuff like that, then try to bring somebody back to your home. You know.
Yeah. That's a dangerous game.
Damn, man, this is a crazy ass world. But it seemed like it makes sense. But what you feel?
Man, I got a few stories, man. First off, let me start with this. It's unfortunate, but I could understand why it happened. Yo,
we don't give a fuck. Tell the story, nigga.
All right, let me tell the story.
All right.
When I was in high school, one of my childhood friends got murdered that same way. Mm-hmm. He was dealing with a chick, and her ex got locked up. But homie would always call. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and every time he would call, my man would pick up the phone like, "Yo, like, what's the deal? Stop calling here." And homie said on the line one day, he was like, "Yo, when I get out, I'm gonna kill you." So he thought nothing of it. Nobody knew homeboy got out. When he got out, he went straight to the crib, And he knocked on the door, and then when my childhood friend opened the door, he blew his brains out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't your love is, you can't play around with love, man. When a man would, when he love a woman, bro, you never know, how far he willing to take it for that woman. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like your original question, should men be going to other women's houses and and chilling or staying the night, bro? I'm guilty as hell. I used to do that a lot. You know what I'm saying? But I was just being naive. I never felt afraid, but I'm sure I could have got lined up myself sometimes. But I felt like, the girls that I was dealing with back then, they was real into me. So I don't feel like that they would have ever did anything like that to me. I mean, I was in another situation similar to I don't even call her Slim, Tamora, where I was dealing with this one girl, and I had called her up one time, and she was like, "Yo, there's a dude at my house, and he don't want to leave." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "Oh, word." And this wasn't even my girlfriend at the time, so I was like, "All right, say no more. I'll be right there." And homie ain't know I was coming, so he was in the front of the house, but I came from the back of the house, and just his back was turned, and I did him filthy. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't know that was coming, but he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. If a woman tell you to leave, yo, you gotta leave. you don't know who she gonna call. She just so happened to call me, and I was a bad boy back then.
Yeah, man. Damn. I was pondering the answers to this, but now that people bringing more context, I can see how it makes sense. Alice, what you think?
I think the same, but for both men and women, right? Be mindful of whose house you're going to, period, because women can also be just as crazy. A man may tell you, "Oh, that's my ex. We're not together anymore." Da, 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 da. And then the next thing you know, sis has keys to your house, and then she's opening the door and she's walking into a situation. Like, they call that a lot of times crimes of passion, and those types of murders happen and things like that. So it's not uncommon. I just feel like if you be mindful of who you have coming into your home in general, period. Um, but I'm very selective, or I would be very selective of who's coming into my home. But it's not just on the men's side, but also for the women as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And we out.